Hey folks, it's Dan with DisneyInfinityCodes.com, and I'm here inside the toy box of Disney Infinity 3.0, checking out the sweet Tomorrowland texture disc and Sky Dome disc. Of course, the texture dome, the two discs together give a nice little Sky Dome. They do all kinds of cool stuff to the terrain pieces, to some fantasy terrain pieces, and so I thought we would take a look and run around and kind of take a peek at them all and see all the cool stuff that it does. So here, of course, is the really cool futuristic kind of grassy landscape that is the flat terrain. It's got all these great concentric circles with all these little hexagons then deeply embedded into that. So it has a nice little texture, and then even more so when you get to zoom out and you get a nice peek at it. The further you zoom out, the better it looks. And then the side terrain texture is this really cool reflective kind of mirror finish futuristic building kind of feel with glass and lots of kind of building window layers and themes. It's a really cool. I like the texture a lot. I especially like that it's nice and reflective, so it gives the walls kind of this interesting life as you're running around with them all on display. Then over here we have the racetrack piece that also gets changed when you put down a texture disc, and this is a really cool kind of pathway that has all these awesome little Tomorrowland icons on them, which I think is really cool. Nice little patterned tiled piece with all kinds of blue. I like it a lot. I think it's really cool, so I thought I would show that off. Okay, and so as you can tell, I've got all these fun little dome pieces all over the place, and these all have the various fantasy texture pieces on them, and so let's take a peek at those. Oops, I uncloaked Boba. Sorry about that. Alright, and I believe I'm supposed to start right here, if I remember correctly. Nope, that's a corner. And that's a strip. I was supposed to leave myself a clue as to which one. Okay, here it is. Alright, so here's Fantasy Train piece number 1. Then we'll just kind of work our way through, check out all the pieces and all the cool stuff that it offers. And so here are some of the Fantasy Train pieces you can use. So you've got this cool little future tree kind of looking thing, which is pretty rad. Gotta like that. And then we come over here. We've got this really awesome spire, this like spirally kind of spindle looking thing, which is also very cool. Get a good look at that. Make our way over to this one. And we've got this nice little garden topiary futuristic piece, which I think is pretty rad. It's got a nice little spiral kind of design to it. Then we make our way over here to Fantasy Train number 4, which of course is that gigantic tree, typically in the toy box if you don't have a theme attached to it. And instead it makes this really cool, really tall archway, but you can walk through it, which I think is nice. It has a nice little path built into it, but it's a huge piece, which I think is pretty rad. Then we come over here and Fantasy Train texture number 5. Did I skip any? Nope. That's it. That's right. Is this cool? Usually in the game, the number 5 is a little lamppost, and so this is a nice little post kind of situation. Nice and bright and fun. Great. Just get a nice little shot of that in the camera. Okay, let's make our way over to the corners and strips now. So here is the Fantasy Corner piece. And these are some nice little layered garden beds with pathways in them, which I think are also very cool. So you got this really cool corner pathway thing going on. And then we come up here, and you've got another awesome little corner piece, but with a nice tall, with a little bit of a pond thing going on, which I like. Nice little water feature, so you can jump in and splash around in the water, which I think is kind of rad. Gotta love water features in the game. So that's pretty cool. I like that little water feature a lot. We come over here, and then we have some fantasy strips. These are the train strips. And so this one strip here is just another little garden piece, of course, but with more water features. So it's got this little, you know, pond kind of feel, which I dig. You can splash around in that. And we fly over here, and then the last strip is this flat piece here. It kind of has a little bit of another garden bed feel, but more so just an accent. There's nothing very tall about it. It just has this nice little pattern texture kind of thing going on. So then finally, let's take a look at the Sky Dome, which is very cool. Of course, we're on YouTube, so there's no music that accompanies this video, but there is a really nice soundtrack that you can listen to. So by all means, take a listen to that. And then the Sky Dome is pretty cool because it drops right into that wheat field that is featured right in the beginning of the movie. And so here's this nice little camera that's going to do a nice swooping 360. We can take a look. It's a pretty empty and open kind of terrain. There's not a lot going on in any direction except for one, where in the future you can see the Tomorrowland cityscape, which I think is really cool. It's really pretty. There we go. And so that's pretty stunning, I gotta say. I like that look, that huge towerous, you know, creation all the way in the distance. And then otherwise it's simple. It's pretty straightforward. With the grassy lands and the, you know, the bright blue sky. So it's a pretty idyllic little Sky Dome, which I kind of dig. So there you go. There are the Tomorrowland Sky Dome and Terrain Disc, and I hope you like them. Tomorrowland might not have been everyone's kind of movie, but a lot of people enjoyed it, and you should give it a watch if you haven't watched it yet, because it is fun and interesting. So take a peek. Let me know what you think, and let us know. Visit us at DisneyInfinityCodes.com for all your Power Disc needs. Thanks for watching, guys.